Hey, broken salespeople, stay tuned after the break. Today, I am going to be discussing the 6 biggest mistakes that I see salespeople making on social media. Hey, broken salespeople, welcome to the workshop. My name is Red Staffstrom, and I am here to help you fix your broken sales skills. So, the last few weeks, I've been talking a lot about mindset because I've been having a lot of problems with my mindset. Um, I'm not past it, but I think we have to move past it at this point. Sometimes you just have to keep going. Sometimes you have to bulldoze through as much as possible. So today I want to talk about something a little bit more hands in the dirt. I want to talk about social media. Social media has become the gorilla in the room for pretty much all sales right now. If you are not on social media, you are missing the boat big time. In fact, the hoodie that I am wearing right now is no accident. The company that I work for my full-time job is Georgia Media. We specialize in helping real estate agents specifically with their marketing, whether it's organic posts, paid posts on on Facebook or Instagram, retargeting ads, Google PPC. We help people with their marketing, specifically small business owners, real estate people who are either on their own or have a small team. That's really our target market. So I've spoken to hundreds of agents about their social media, if not thousands, personally about their social media, boots on the ground, what they're doing, what's working well, what's not working well. And I've come across a pattern. I've come across a bit of a pattern where people tend to make the same mistakes across the board. So today I want to talk about the 6 mistakes that I see most often in social media sales. So the number one mistake, not being on social media at all. Imagine there's a bar in your town where all of your ideal clients come and hang out for a half hour every single night. You would be at that bar, wouldn't you? Every night without fail, posted at the end of the bar with a stack of business cards a mile high. That's how you would make your living, is posting up in that bar. How is that? That's not any different than the way social media is. The average Facebook user, especially during the pandemic, is now on Facebook for nearly an hour a day. It is that bar. That is the bar you want to be a part of. You need to be there because that's where your customers are. Now, I'm not saying Facebook is the right thing for you. Might be a different platform, but not being on any kind of social media because you don't believe in it is no longer an option if you own a business or you do sales. It simply isn't. That is the best way to stay in touch with your customers. For instance, you can spend a Thursday and call all your past customers, or you can do one Facebook post. You can do one Facebook story, and everybody sees it. These are the things that you need to think of. Social media is scalable. The phone isn't. You can't scale one-on-one conversations. You can scale a social media presence. You can have people who help you. You can have assistants who comment, who respond, who like comments. It is a scalable thing. The phone isn't. Make sure you are using social media because that is the biggest mistake I see, period. The next one is the other side of the coin. The second mistake that I see people make is focusing on too many platforms at once. This is something that I talked with Steve Super about recently. Steve Super, when when I talked to him, he did the credit repair services, credit repair coaching. He had an excellent story. He was able to relate to people. I loved his brand of compassionate credit repair, but he was spreading himself too thin from a social media standpoint. He was trying to be on all of the platforms. And some of you are saying, well, why is that a problem? It's time and energy. You know what nobody ever talks about? Kylie Jenner's LinkedIn profile. Ever. I don't know if she has one. And if she does, she probably just saved her name on it. She doesn't need to. She is able to get everything she needs really solely from Instagram. That is the only area of expertise. That is the only platform she needs to be on. She became hyper focused on building her Instagram platform, building her follower count. And now she's built a billion-dollar business. I mean, I know a lot of us want to put an asterisk at the end of that billion-dollar business, but the fact is it is. It is worth $1 billion right now. She did it by focusing on one. She's not focusing on LinkedIn. She's not focusing on TikTok, although she might be on that. You look at me, I'm not a big Kylie Jenner follower. You need to find the one platform that speaks to your customers the best. If you do B2B sales, you need to be on LinkedIn. If you do direct to consumer, Facebook or Instagram works really well. If you sell to the younger demographic, TikTok works really, really well. If you have a product and you can ethically sell to them, and I'm going to say that with big flashing lights, ethically sell to people under the age of 18, TikTok is a great way to do that. YouTube is great for the how-to crowd. If you sell things like power tools, you need to be doing tutorials on YouTube. That gets to mistake number 3, not using video. Video is the new language, period. You need to be comfortable on video if you want to sell. It is the ultimate rapport builder. On Facebook alone, a video post gets 1,200% better engagement than a text post. So that long diatribe you were thinking of writing, stop it, record a video instead. You'll get much better results rather than making people read War and Peace over and over again. Get to the point quickly and shoot it as a video. The engagement on it is off the charts. If you are trying to court Instagram following, record on Instagram, use IGTV, do those things, and you'll start getting more followers because you're creating more engageable content. Make sure that you are connecting with them as a person the same way I'm doing right now. If you are listening to this as a podcast, that's great. But I also post all of these videos on YouTube as well, because I know you need to put a face to the name sometimes too. The next mistake that I see is also a little bit of an algorithm problem. Mistake number 4 is that you have no call to action on your posts. Almost all of the platforms, every single one of them, rewards engagement. The more likes you get, the more subscribers you get, the more followers you get, the more it's shared, the better your content does. Make sure that on occasion, if not almost every single post, you are asking them to share it, to like it, to follow it, to retweet it. Whatever you want to do, make sure you are doing that, because that's going to help you show up higher in those particular algorithms. The one exception to this is going to be YouTube. YouTube has 2 very particular things that they look for more than anything else. One is the click-through rate. How engaging is your thumbnail? If you don't have a great thumbnail, get one. Use a tool like Canva. Make sure that you're putting a good thumbnail on there that creates some curiosity. The second thing YouTube looks for is how long people watch your video. Most people watch your video 70% of the time, like 70% of the entire video. You're going to have a much higher engagement rate. They're going to put it in front of more people because YouTube's job is to keep them on the platform. The same thing with Instagram, the same thing with Facebook. Once you understand what their goal is, find ways to make sure you keep people engaged. Ask them to comment. Do those things. Put something somewhat controversial. Put pictures of 2 houses, and do you like house A or house B? It doesn't matter. What is the biggest thing you're looking for in product X? Get those comments, because once you have that call to action of leave a comment, it's going to make you show up higher in the algorithms of that social media platform. The next mistake that I see is that too many of us, and myself included, avoid the new tools. I'm looking particularly at Facebook and Instagram story feature. Recently, my employer, Jared James, he did a big conference where he sat down with one of the people at Facebook, which is no small get in terms of an interview. He was the real estate liaison for Facebook. And when Jared asked him about stories, particularly, what he said, somebody from Facebook specifically said, well, there's a reason we put it at the top of the page. Think about that. The newer the tool, the more Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of these different places are going to reward you for taking the leap and using it. That is a great way to start building a platform very, very quickly. You just, once they roll out a new tool, you become one of the first people to adopt it and become an expert in it. IGTV, another idea, same kind of thing. If you were one of the very first people to learn it, you could have built a platform very, very quickly. Don't be afraid to try the new things because the platforms are going to reward you with eyeballs. That's what's always going to happen. And the last one is more of a topic overall. The number 6 is people talk too much business. We all have that friend from high school who got sucked into a multi-level marketing program that they sell LuLaRoe pants, they sell essential oils, they sell 31 bags, they sell Cutco knives, they sell Herbalife, whatever it happens to be. And when you know them, you kind of avoid them on social media because they're a one-trick pony. They're always talking about the same thing. And you need to look at it the way if you are at a party, if you are at that bar. If you went to a bar and your buddy Todd is doing nothing but talking about Cutco knives and he starts cutting up the furniture, you don't want to hang out with Todd anymore. You're going to stop engaging with Todd's content. You're going to be the pariah in the corner of the bar that nobody talks to and thinks is smelly. Don't constantly talk business. If you're a real estate agent, don't do 80% of your posts about, look at this listing. I have an open house for sale, open house this Saturday. You need to be a person before you can be a salesperson. The whole job of marketing is get people to know you, like you, and trust you. If the only thing you talk about is how much you want to sell them blank, they aren't going to like you, and they definitely aren't going to trust you. You need to build that relationship. Use social media as a way to build a rapport with your people. Focus on these things. Focus on being a person first. A great way to do this is the Ford's principle, FORDS. Family and friends, occupation, recreation, dreams, school, and sports. Occupation is just one of those 5 letters. 20%. That's a good ratio for a personal account. Yes, if you're a business account, you have to talk business a little more often, but you want to make it personal. Talk about what you love doing with your family. Talk about the sports you like, your teams. Talk about what you do for fun, and then talk business. Get people to like you first, and then it's much easier to sell them. Get them to agree that you're a good person, and then they'll be willing to buy from you. This helps cut away that whole rapport building stage that many of us are so awkward at. Myself particularly, I had to learn things like the Ford's principle in order to make small talk. Use that to start building a personality rather than just a sales personality. It's more about the personality than it is about the pitch. So these are the 6 biggest mistakes that I see. Not using social media at all, being on too many platforms, not having a call to action, talking too much business, not using video, and avoiding the new tools. Make sure that you aren't doing any of those things. These are the 6 things to avoid at all costs. If you have an intern, make sure you share this with them. Tell them these things, because if they are going to do your marketing, you need to make sure they're doing marketing the right way for you. I hope this helps. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Once again, I appreciate you guys listening. Please take the time to like, to subscribe, to review this content. It really helps me grow the channel, get this message in front of more people so we can help them grow their businesses. So please subscribe, like. You could also find me at brokensalespeople.com/connect. You can connect with me there. And until next time, go fix yourself.